Everyone dreams about passive income. Most people imagine sitting on a beach while money magically appears in their bank account. It sounds perfect. There's only one problem. Almost nobody making $10,000 a month in passive income started with passive income. They built it, one stage at a time. Today, we'll break down the exact three-stage system that turns active income into financial freedom.
Stage 1. Build your investment engine. Everyone wants passive income, but almost nobody asks the most important question. Where does the money to invest come from? Most people think investing is the first step. It isn't. Investing is the second step. The first is creating excess cash. Imagine two people. Both earn $5,000 a month. The first spends almost everything. At the end of the month, he has $200 left. The second earns exactly the same amount. But instead of upgrading his lifestyle every time his income grows, he lives below his means. At the end of the month, he has $1,500 available to invest. Who builds passive income faster? The answer is obvious. Not because one is smarter, because one has fuel. Think of investing like a machine. The machine only works if you keep feeding it. No fuel, no growth. This is why wealthy people become obsessed with one number. Not their salary, not their portfolio, their investment rate. How much money can they consistently convert into assets every single month? Because that's the number that determines how quickly passive income grows. Let's look at a simple example. Person A invests $300 every month. Person B invests $1,500 every month. Both earn the exact same average annual return. After 10 years, Person B doesn't just end up with 5 times more invested. He has given compound growth 5 times more capital to work with. The gap becomes enormous. That's why chasing the perfect investment is usually a waste of time in the beginning. A great investment can't compensate for having almost nothing to invest. Instead of asking, where should I invest? Ask yourself, how can I invest more next month than I did this month? That question changes everything. Some people negotiate a higher salary. Others build a side business. Some learn high-income skills. Others simply eliminate expenses that add little value. The strategy doesn't matter as much as the outcome. Every extra dollar you free up becomes another employee working for your future. There's another mistake people make. Every raise becomes an excuse to spend more. A nicer apartment, a newer car, more expensive vacations. Their income grows, but their investments don't. Wealthy people often do the opposite. When their income increases, their investments increase first. Their lifestyle catches up later. Because they understand a simple truth. Passive income isn't created by earning more. It's created by owning more assets. And assets require capital. Your first goal isn't to become an expert investor. Your first goal is to build an investment engine. A system that sends money into investments every single month without fail. Because once that engine is running, everything else becomes much easier. And that's exactly what we'll build in the next stage. That's the difference between earning money and owning money. Every asset is like hiring an employee. Imagine owning just one employee. He earns you $100 a month. Not life-changing. Now imagine owning 10, 100, 1,000. Each one quietly sends money to your bank account, whether you're working, sleeping, or on vacation. That's exactly what assets do. This is why wealthy people don't chase income forever. They convert income into ownership. Now, here's something many people get wrong. They think passive income comes from one magical investment. It doesn't. It usually comes from several different assets working together. A diversified ETF, dividend-paying stocks, real estate, a small business, a YouTube channel, royalties, digital products. None of them has to generate $10,000 a month on its own. Together, they create a system. Think about it. Would you rather depend on one source paying you $10,000 every month, or 10 different assets, each producing $1,000? The second option is far more resilient. If one source slows down, the others keep working. That's how real wealth is built. Not with one lucky investment, but with multiple assets growing side by side. There's another principle almost every successful investor follows. Reinvest your returns. Imagine your investments generate $500 this month. Most people would spend it. Wealthy people buy more assets. Those new assets generate even more income, which buys even more assets. This creates something incredibly powerful, a flywheel. At first, it moves slowly, almost painfully slowly. But every year, it becomes easier because your assets begin buying new assets. Eventually, your money starts working harder than you do. And that's the moment everything changes. You stop asking, "How much can I earn?" and start asking, "How many assets do I own?" Because passive income isn't built by working forever. It's built by owning things that never stop working. And in the final stage, we'll talk about the biggest shift of all: how to turn those assets into true financial freedom. Stage 3. Buy back your time. Most people think passive income is about making more money. It isn't. It's about needing less of your time to make that money. Imagine two people earning exactly $10,000 a month. The first works 70 hours every week. If he stops working, his income immediately drops to zero. The second also earns $10,000 every month, but most of it comes from assets, investments, rental properties, businesses managed by other people, digital products. Money continues arriving whether he works today or not. From the outside, they earn the same income. In reality, they live completely different lives. One owns a job. The other owns a system. That's the real goal. Not becoming rich, becoming free. Because wealth isn't measured by how much money you earn. It's measured by how many days, weeks, or years you could stop working without changing your lifestyle. This is why the wealthiest people don't think in dollars. They think in systems. Every new asset asks one question: can this keep producing value without my constant attention? If the answer is yes, it deserves a place in the portfolio. If the answer is no, it's simply another job. Now, imagine your investments generate $2,000 a month. That's probably not enough to retire, but maybe it covers your rent. Suddenly, you no longer have to accept every job, every client, every opportunity. Your investments have bought you something far more valuable than money: options. As your assets continue growing, they buy back even more of your time. Eventually, they may cover your groceries, then your car, then your mortgage. One expense at a time, your life becomes less dependent on your next paycheck. This is why chasing passive income isn't about escaping work. Most successful people continue working. They simply work because they choose to, not because they have to. That's financial freedom. Not doing nothing, having the freedom to decide. Conclusion. Let's step back for a moment. Building $10,000 a month in passive income doesn't happen because you found one incredible investment. It happens because you followed a system. First, you built excess cash flow. Instead of spending every dollar, you created money available for investing. Second, you converted that cash into assets, not liabilities, not status symbols, assets that continue producing value year after year. And finally, you built a system where those assets gradually bought back your time. That's the entire game. Simple, not easy.
The biggest mistake people make is believing wealth is created overnight. It isn't. It grows quietly, one investment, 1 month, one decision at a time. Compound interest doesn't just grow money, it grows patience, discipline, consistency. The people who understand this eventually reach a point where their investments begin working harder than they do. And that's when passive income stops being a dream and becomes reality. Remember this, the goal isn't to earn more money forever. The goal is to build assets that make money for you. Because income pays your bills, but assets buy your freedom. Welcome to the Titans Method. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more practical strategies on investing, wealth building, and financial freedom. Because the sooner your money starts working, the sooner you won't have to.